Where the time is just 30 minutes past 9 o'clock. You are listening to Monday Breakfast with Peter Cassidy until 10, and then it's John Farmer until midday. And it's my great pleasure to welcome into the studio Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch. Good morning, Ray. You found your way through the fog all right, although I can see now it has lifted a bit out there.
I did indeed, Peter. I've painted a line on the road, so I would just follow that.
So we could have a lot of people just turning up at random here.
You're right. Now listen, we're not going to talk about football.
No, let's not.
No, and I won't talk about the 50 million that the guy won in Sydney, because you didn't get any.
No.
Because I was expecting Neighbourhood Watch and 3WBC, Carlton and North Melbourne to get a little share, but there's no good sponging up to you at all. You haven't got any.
No good at all.
No good at all. Anyway, and I've asked you already. You don't believe you've got any money from the Minister of Communications, Mitch Fifield.
Well, we haven't so far, but I suspect that we're probably going to be putting our hand up at some stage to say,
yes,
hey, give us a bit more.
Well, there's 6.1 million, and I suppose there's about 2,000 community radios to get a bit out of it.
I think at last count it was about 400.
I said, wow.
Yes.
If there's money, there could be a few more turn up.
Not 400 into 6.1, I tell you what. It's not going to
go
far.
Peter, I think we're all winners. We're above the grass this morning, so we won't complain.
No, true enough.
And Neighbourhood Watch has been busy. We've continued with our field activities, visiting hotspots in Whitehorse. Next one is Wednesday, the 30th of May, and let's hope it's not too cold. Although we don't mind if it's cold, there's no wind and no rain.
That's true.
No, and we've been doing other things. You know about our Safe Plate Days. Well, we had another one of them at Safe Plate Day at Bunnings in Box Hill on Saturday, the 29th of April, and we were blessed with a beautiful day. We updated 283 vehicles in 5.5 hours, and between 9:30 and 11:30 we averaged one vehicle every 67 seconds.
That is terrific. Boy, you've got them working like nabbies, these people.
I'm not convinced we got all the right number plates back on the right cars. But that doesn't matter. They all got their plates back and no one can pinch them.
They got a plate of some kind.
Yes,
anyway.
Yeah. And our fastest work rate was between 10 and 10:30. I think there must have been morning tea after 10:30, when we did 35 vehicles in 51 seconds per vehicle.
That is fantastic.
Eh?
Well done.
Man. We gained over 80 new e-news subscribers, and our volunteers enjoyed. We had some stools on wheels for this job. They've got 4 or 5 wheels. Absolutely. And I reckon we could have billy cart races down around Bunnings car park.
It's just like a Formula One racing team, getting their tyres changed.
For old people. For old people. Older people. But we did have a laugh. We had 4 of them. And we got them for the older people.
Right.
And guess who was using the stools?
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, and we've gone into a training program. We realised that we've got to train ladies. So we had 2 volunteers on L plates.
Okay.
Special thanks, and all this wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Bunnings at Box Hill, Woodard's Real Estate in Blackburn for signage, 3WBC for advertising the day, and on Facebook, Robert Clark, Neil Angus, and Neighbourhood Watch Victoria. And a special thanks for Victoria Whitehorse Police, who worked on site all day. I think there was 5 of them. And we've got a new competition. The ladies who provided the lemon slice, the fruit slice, and the regulation biscuits.
Oh.
And we had hot, what do you call sausages in bread? They're not hot dogs, hot sausages.
Hot sausages in bread?
Yeah. And the Weather Bureau was good. So all those things make a great day.
And
we learnt that also on this same day there was Safe Plate Days in Kilmore and Narre Warren. And I hope they were just as successful as us.
Yeah, a very good service.
Now, winter has come. Winter is well and truly on its way, so firefighters are urging people to make sure their heaters and fireplaces are as safe as they cosy up in the cold. The MFB has encouraged people with heaters to clean them of any dust build-ups and to give them a test run on a day when they can be monitored. I'm not sure how you monitor it. If it catches a light when you're monitoring, it's not up to scratch.
No, I'm not quite sure how that would work.
Anyway, for fireplaces, people are urged to clean chimneys and flues. Place a screen in front, keep clothing at least a metre away, never let a fire burn after you've gone to bed or left the house. Ensure ashes are cold before discarding them, and never leave children unattended around fireplaces. All
Good
very
advice.
basic common sense things.
Good advice, yes.
And the only comment I would make to all that is you can have your heater serviced and vacuumed and so on, which we get done regularly at our house. And while we're talking about fires and smoke, I guess we've all noticed, and particularly if you're up in the northeast area, the Whitehorse residents can relax if there's see smoke in the sky with controlled burns planned during autumn. Up in northeast, I think they're due to have a burn up every day of where they can, etc. And on the Community Support Register, the Victoria Police and Neighbourhood Watch Whitehorse will hold a Community Support Register on Thursday the 25th of May from 10 a.m. to noon at North Blackburn Shopping Centre. And if you want more details, their phone number is 9874 8508.
And I commend that service to everybody. I have a friend who has registered recently, and he lives alone, and we were talking about this sort of thing, and having friends alerted if I fall ill and all that sort of business. And we made the decision to have him registered with the service, and best thing we've done. He feels a lot more comfortable about living at home alone now.
And I trust he gets a call once a week or once a fortnight, whatever's arranged.
Not at that stage.
No.
We have another system outside of
Right,
that for another friend to call in, but certainly the time will come when that will occur.
Yep.
Yeah, very good service.
And I understand if you've arranged that and you don't answer after a couple of attempts, they contact the family within that 24-hour period. And if they haven't made contact with the family, the police go round.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's very good.
And the police don't mind. They'd prefer to go around to someone who hasn't answered the phone than go round to find something other problems.
Indeed.
Now, we've all heard about the Community Advocacy Alliance, the CAA, which is run by a number of retired police commissioners. I think Ken Kelglare.
Kelglare,
Yes. And there's a guy from Brisbane, I think, and Tasmania. But anyway, this group, we may have read in our daily papers, released a 100-point plan, and we have all heard the groups for and against. I think the police are 50-50. What is interesting is the Minister for Police, Lisa Neville, said the government 2016 Community Safety Statement addresses some of the issues raised by the CAA. She said her office had an ongoing dialogue with the CAA, and the 2016 Community Safety Statement released in December was a result of many months of work with Victoria Police, from command to officers on the front line, and consultation with the Police Association and listening to the local community, she said. The statement, this is the part that I liked, a $2 billion package with 3,135 new police officers over 5 years. I'd like to see that shortened. Outlines a comprehensive strategy to prevent, detect and disrupt crime. To create safer communities for all Victorians, we are ensuring Victorian police have the resources on the ground, modern equipment to meet the demands of the 21st century policing, and tough new laws dealing with carjacking, home evasion and drive-up shootings. Now, we'd all agree to that last sentence about the tougher laws.
Absolutely.
We will be calling on all Victorians to have their say shaping community safety priorities. While we've been on that, I've also been observing, listening, reading about people who have been working with some of these difficult people, and I think half their problem is boredom.
Could well be.
While I was at Collingwood, we had no graffiti, and people asked why, and I said, well, the old Collingwood site was under myself, and there were a couple of other deputies. And I said, well, we're three old fellas, and we can't stand people sitting around. If you haven't got something to do, nick off. Don't hang around here. This is a place for action. We didn't do everything by the book, but we didn't have graffiti on the walls. That was the important thing.
Interesting.
And I put it down to, even in our department, if you weren't working, pack your bags and go back to work. Do something, but don't stand here and annoy all of us. We've got a job to do. Yeah. Anyway, what's been happening in Whitehorse? Burglaries, for the month of April, this is, more than 51. So what's that? That's nearly 2 a day.
It is.
Yeah. Theft from motor vehicles, more than 46. Theft of motor vehicles, more than 18. And theft of number plates, only 10. So maybe those screws are catching up.
They're working.
Please, if you see anything that does not look right, call 000 immediately. Don't hum and ha. Do it. And the other interesting thing that's released, I know it's a bit old, from the Crime Stats Agency, the percentage change for 2015-16. And this came out, this is up to the end of December 2016. Monash, up 19.8. Knox, up 19.2. Burundara, up only 13.2. Manningham, up 14.5. And Whitehorse, down 4.9.
That's excellent in the face of obviously an upward trend in other areas,
yes.
Certainly in our immediate areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we certainly can't rest on our laurels, keep drinking more coffee. We've just got to keep chiselling at it.
That's right.
Yeah. No, that is good. I must admit, I think Whitehorse has the benefit of, we only have 3 pubs, and I don't know that you can pick a fight at any of them. They're all pretty conservative.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
I
point.
mean, I have been to Blackburn and Mitcham. Well, they're pretty old-fashioned. No, they're not old-fashioned. They're conservative. They serve the people who go there.
Yes.
There's no night clubbing or anything like that. And we only have one big major shopping centre, that's Box Hill.
Yes.
And the police certainly work very closely with the Asian Businessmen's Corporation, whatever their meeting is. But so the Asian businessmen are well aware that we must keep our thumb on the problem.
That's good.
So it does. And we sell screws there. They have a meeting once, they have a store one day every month in the shopping centre where those shoppers can come in and ask, police are on duty, the Asian business people are on duty. Yeah, so it's working well.
Interaction with the community.
Absolutely.
By law enforcement.
Yeah.
That's good.
We had an early problem there where we used to deliver our notices down in their car park because of theft from motor cars down there. But they all thought they were getting parking tickets. So we had to stop that. It's a matter of finding a technique that works. So they're told about theft from motor vehicles at this very open store table, information table in the shopping centre. So that's working well, and it is improving down in Box Hill. So that's good. A couple of things I need to tell you, just top up. I made mention of and I can't find it on my sheet. No, I can't.
We may be having a special guest at your next time in the studio, which is Monday the 19th of June, and I shall look forward to that. And we may, in fact, have 2 special guests.
We may, if we pay enough money. But anyway, to finish off, Peter, important, Neighbourhood Watch e-news, if you want a copy of that, you can contact us on Whitehorse at neighbourhoodwatch.com.au or phone 0418 596 831. That rounds me up on time, I think, Peter. And yes, excellent. Jeff has said he will come. And as you said, we may have the new CEO of Neighbourhood Watch Victoria come along if she is brave
I shall look forward to that.
Jeff will have to warn her that if meeting me, I don't fit the mainstream.
No, that is so true. We have to watch that.
Yeah, we have to watch that. And I guess when I come back in, I'll see spending. There'll be a new canteen.
Oh, it'll all be happening here.
All be
Thanks to
happening
Mitch Fifield.
Yeah, with all that money you're going to get.
That's right.
I don't know whether it's 400 or 500 you might get.
Oh, yeah, we might.
Peter, I will see you on the 19th of next month.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch. The time is just 15 minutes before 10 o'clock. This is